as we head into round 34. A lot of questions being asked of Valencia. They can't score goals, they can't win on the road, and are right on the borderline to qualify for the Champions League. Add to this some player turmoil. Valencia look to get the victory at home against another struggler, Villarreal. With one win in their last 8, they are also seeing the rot set in as they begin to sink towards a relegation picture. 3 points here, or even one, would be precious as we get ready for round 34.
Make it look so simple.
A short trip for the visitors from the autonomous community of Villarreal. They have a derby in front of them against neighboring Valencia here in La Liga. Glad you could join us. I am Max Carlos, to be joined a little later by Nick Webster as we prepare for this match. Very important for both sides. Valencia in 5th place on a goal differential to Celta for that final Champions League qualifier. They do get Vicente back on the left side. Baraja, in my estimation, is the MVP of the side this season. He's played pretty much every day. Aimar also returns from the suspension, and Juan Sánchez gets the nod as Jean continues to struggle offensively. He'll be alongside Angúlo at the top. Now for Villarreal, Jose Manuel Reina, the ex-Barcelona keeper in the back. Belletti is back in the right back position. He will be charging forward when called upon. Alvarez, Sergio Ballesteros, and Rodolfo Arruabarrena round out the defense. Up front, former Valencia player Farinós will do some organizing alongside Josico, Jorge López, and Nigris, the Mexican international, up front. Victor still not ready to go, and Martín Palermo not endearing himself to the fans. He goes to the bench after some comments he made in the midweek, which we'll talk more about as our broadcast continues. But now it's about the footy. Valencia, Villarreal, first half kickoff coming up next. Francisco Farinós in the far ground there. Former Valencia, he's sporting the Alan Hopkins, Dick Gregory beard.
It's a frightening state of affairs, Max.
Yes.
Well, it's a local derby today, and plenty of pressure on Valencia to score the goals that are going to send them above Celta Vigo. And we saw them last week, and it was a little bit depressing. Aside from the Mestalla, we're hoping they can produce a better 45-90 minutes today.
Not really playing well on the road as of late. Is Valencia much better here at the Mestalla, and they're playing a side really looking for the point. A very defensive formation. Of course, Martín Palermo in some hot water with some comments he made, is on the bench. Victor, the other class attacking player, still suffering from injury.
And fancy Palermo being in hot water. Not like him to be in the news, Max.
I know, it took me by surprise.
And really for Villarreal, like you said, they do need a point. They're just 3 points above the drop zone. Recreativo getting a massive point yesterday, and probably one of the shock results of the season, tying Real Madrid. With Deportivo winning, things have all changed in La Liga.
Indeed. All of a sudden, people are starting to believe in Deportivo. People starting to believe in Real Sociedad. We're going to show you what happened yesterday. It was a busier Saturday than usual. 5 matches, plenty of goals. Espanyol, Osasuna, and they got some more in Athletic Valladolid, 0-0. Hey, Deportivo had a couple.
Yeah, that's right. Donuts galore around, though. That's a huge result for
And back to 0-0.
0-0. 3 0-0s. Only 2 goals in 4 games, so not the most exciting offensive output on Saturday afternoon. But a couple of weeks ago, we were saying Real Madrid, well, it's title number, whatever, 26, 27. They were 6 points clear, looked to be cruising. Sociedad and Deportivo were all over the shop, and it's all changed.
Yes, 3 matches without a victory for Real Madrid, tightening up as Valencia pushing forward on the left. Vicente back in the lineup. He and David Albelda injured in advance of that Spanish international against Ecuador. Albelda still unavailable. Vicente ready to go.
Well, the rumor going around town is, Max, that you're sleeping with the Sociedad cap under your pillow, and that's why they've got this good run of form going.
Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Didn't work for my Hammers.
I'm sorry to report West Ham went down, and the English Premier League season is over, but La Liga is hotting up, and it doesn't get much hotter than today.
More rounds after this one. This is Marchena. playing alongside Ayala. She didn't get the ball to Aimar. He wasn't there last week, and it was obvious. Certainly he was missed on the left side. Calleja. And there is Aimar. And back by Villarreal, but only for a split second. Belletti. López. Calleja. López again, a bit short for Nigris. Rufete. Scored goals in back-to-back matches. Arruabarrena. A cracking tackle there, and down goes López.
Oh, and a yellow card straight away, and Baraja, he's in the book. And it's been a real slam-bang opening. Tackles flying in from all directions. And that one not for the liking of our referee, and rightly so. Big whack up in the air there. Oh, take that. It looks even worse the second time we've seen it. And it's been uncorked early, Max, and that must mean we're going to see a flurry of yellow cards this game.
And here's a set piece, and this is where they certainly miss Victor and Palermo. Instead, it will be off the foot of Arruabarrena. They play it up for Nigris, out of his reach, Cañizares.
Well, you're right about Victor and Palermo, Max. We've done Valencia many times. Sorry, Villarreal.
The left side, Vicente. Oh, nice tackle there. I believe it was Alvarez.
Yeah, back to that thought earlier in the season, we were doing a lot of Villarreal games, and the Victor-Palermo combination seemed to work every week with a set piece.
Not these days. The tandem broken up. Ayala. Finding Juan Sánchez. Calleja. Aurelio cutting across was Josico. And out off the foot of Reveillere. And the tackle put in there by Javi Venta. A good one. Rufete. The Mestalla, a glorious venue for soccer. Very intelligent, educated fan base, right on top of the pitch. And they're very loyal, and they show up even when the team is not on the boil.
Yes, you're right there. It's always a cracking atmosphere here in Valencia. Lovely part of Spain as well. And I think that Champions League hangover may just finally be disappearing for Valencia. I know it's a huge disappointment that they got knocked out by Inter Milan and away goals. What a awful way to get knocked out of the tournament. But now we have a free kick coming up, and they missed Aimar last week, and I bet you the Argentinian's got something up his sleeve this week.
I don't see what was done here that would warrant a free kick, but Valencia get a chance point blank range. Here is Jose Manuel Reina. He's from Madrid, but spent his entire career with Barcelona before now. We'll push the wall back a bit. Aurelio, the left-footed option, also very dangerous. With Valencia, in Villarreal's perspective, it's pick your poison when it comes to set pieces.
Well, you've got to fancy Aurelio here, Max. It sets up for the bender over the top into that left-hand corner as the keeper looks at it.
Oop, and he was looking for it. You can see where he was going for. And it catches the wall.
Nice to see the wall doing their job. Getting up there, deflecting it away. Tap of the post for good luck. And the corner kick coming up. Set piece is vital.
Well short, but it skips through and out. Now the shot. Taking a chance immediately that time. I believe it was Aurelio again.
Yeah, thumping drive. He's got a sweet left foot on him. He just gets over the top of it. Came out on the volley. Had to take it first time. In fact, it was Rufete. Ooh, and that was just inches away from what would have been a dramatic opening goal.
And a goal in a third straight week for Senor Rufete.
That's right. He seemed to have found his shooting boots after what was quite a drought. And he's moved. Well, he's only got 3 on the season, but John Carew being your top scorer for 8. You can see where Valencia's problems have been all season long.
Here's Benito Floro, second coach this season for Villarreal. Season started off pretty poorly. And Victor Munoz was relieved of his duties.
Well, there's one thing you can guarantee about being a coach, Max. The day you get hired, you're closer to a day to get fired.
And I tell you what's not good if you're starting out on a team. Make sure you're not in the Intertoto Cup, because it'll wreck your season. They had so many games. They got to the finals of the Intertoto Cup, losing in the end to Malaga, who made it all the way to the quarterfinals. But that, I think, really took a lot out of them. And by the time the season began, they already had about 10 games under their belts. And they don't have the depth to really pull that off.
Well, that's lovely skill by Angúlo.
Rufete, further along to Baraja. Try to slide it through for Vicente. Nigris, not a bad ball. It just stopped dead for Jorge López, but his first touch, not a good one. Rufete. He's been an active body. Good defensive play. The local kid, Sergio, Kike Alvarez. He's not local, he's from Vigo. Stone's throw, a long stone's throw.
There's been a bright opening to this game. Valencia full of attacking options, and Rufete, we said he got his goal-scoring boots on, gives it a crack there. And it may have even been Ballesteros with the deflection.
You can just tell he's a real nice kid. He's like asking nicely, can I have that ball? Thank you. As opposed to some other players' approach.
Well, I'm not sure about that, Max, after he did get booked for dissent 2 weeks ago.
That one headed out by Ballesteros, and then Villarreal will get a free kick. A foul on Rufete.
Back to your comment about the Intertoto Cup, Max. I think it's a real double-edged sword. In one way, it prepares a team for the season, and they come flying in to their respective seasons, and usually they're at some kind of form, but like you say, they hit the mid-mark, and the teams are absolutely exhausted.
Well, Villarreal did not win a match till round 6. You get a feeling the Intertoto had something to do with that.
Trust you to correct me, Max.
I know, I was going to say, I thought you were going to give me 2 options, and I was going to say, it's the latter. Jorge López. Certainly without Victor and Palermo in there, the Villarreal attack is going to be tough to watch, especially on the road, where they're going to play a little more cautiously.
Yeah, well, they'll be happy with a point today. Obviously, coming into the Mestalla, Valencia huge favourites to win this game, and rightly so. I mean, their home form's been fantastic. 10 wins, only 3 losses. They slam in a load of goals, and they've only conceded 8, Max. Can you believe it? 8 goals in 16 games.
Standing.
That's half a goal a game.
It's good to have the mathematician on board. That's what I was going to say.
Well, I must say, I've never seen half a goal, but you never know in La Liga.
Yeah. La Liga is a funny animal. Yesterday in a match, 10 minutes of stoppage time in the game.
Impossible. Byron Moreno must have been the referee.
Yes.
Spain's favourite referee. Or is that Italy's favourite referee?
Italy's favourite. Yeah. He's not really high on many lists, even in his home of Ecuador.
I know he's just came back from a 20-game ban, and I think in his first game back he sent off 2, booked 8.
He's lost the plot. Nigris. Calleja still with it. Now lifted by Ballesteros. Onside run. You see Belletti. He plays right back, but he'll slip into attack.
Oh, that was a great run. Great football, in fact, by Villarreal. In a tight place, they got the ball out. Found Belletti, who timed his run to perfection, but just couldn't get the right touch on it.
Now Sociedad, Kovacevic adding the third, and it looks like Real Madrid will be heading to third place by the time the smoke clears. That's an impressive victory for Sociedad. If you keep in mind, the last 2 weeks, Mallorca beat Deportivo 3-0 and then crushed Real Madrid, the Bernabeu, 5-1.
Very interesting. And Sociedad, if they get another one, they will actually go level with Deportivo on goal difference.
What a race, and amazingly, it's all happening in Spain. England, of course, over. Italy, Juventus have won the title. Tight race in France. The three-horse race here with four and a half rounds to go.
And Bayern winning in Germany for a change.
Yeah. Vicente. Fabio Aurelio. Being marked by former teammate at Sao Paulo, Belletti. Rufete. Arruabarrena. Only of Boca Juniors. Josico. Some good movement. It gets out of the right side for Javi Venta.
And Villarreal, they're beginning to settle down after a hectic opening. Valencia seem to have the upper hand. There's that ball over the top for Belletti, and shame about the control. I'm sure if our friend Martin Palermo had been there, that would have been 1-0 to the visitors. But alas, not to be. He's on the bench, and he's going to have to do some sucking up to the coach if he wants to see some playing time. As we are in a quarter of an hour into this match, the only feasible way we may see Palermo is if Valencia get an early strike here. Or two. Ball out of play, but so far a promising start for Villarreal. Another result that you didn't see there was Alvarez winning at Atletico Madrid. We'll not even touch Atletico Madrid. That is an absolute, well, you pick the word. The only word that can possibly describe it is a meltdown.
Yeah. Well, there's a few more. Alaves, who were just completely out of it, get a 1-0 victory at the Vicente Calderón. A goal by Adrián Ilie, who was battling injuries. And now Alaves, Osasuna, and Recreativo just 3 points behind Villarreal. So it's getting congested at the bottom as it is getting at the top. Antonio de Nigris offside.
That looked like a rough decision. It's tight. You have to say he's off. But good stuff from de Nigris. Sit on that last defender's shoulder, and you never know, maybe the linesman will miss it, and you'd be clean through.
Ballesteros. Josico. López. Calleja chasing. Reveillere. It'll be a Valencia throw. Well, a lot of concern about form of Valencia, and a lot of people, including some of the powers that be at the club, claiming that the players' lifestyles have led to the demise, certainly, of the championship team from a year ago. I don't know what that means. I think nightlife in Valencia pretty good.
It's not bad.
Ferry over to the Balearics. But Santiago Cañizares, for one, stepped up and he said, look, we have a heavy, busy schedule. We've had success. We're on the fringe of qualifying for the Champions League, and that's no easy task. We're professionals. We want to be treated as such.
Hey, I think he's got a point there, to be honest with you. These players, especially from Valencia, they play Champions League. They're all involved with internationals. They've just come off a World Cup year. To be honest with you, they've got to be absolutely exhausted.
I think it's a silly story, really. I think Valencia's done a pretty good job. You have to remember this club a few years ago were spending a lot of money and getting nothing in return. They've got a good organized club these days. Reveillere. Rufete. His left-footed shot blocked by Josico. And it goes out to Calleja. It took eons to do something with that ball.
Oh, I like what Rufete did there, though, Max. Faked the pass down the line, cut inside. He's got a cracking shot off it. All credit to Villarreal, getting the blocks on when it mattered. And you know what, Valencia, they're going to have a huge say on where this La Liga title ends up. their last 3 games. Check this: Deportivo, Real Madrid, and Real Sociedad.
It's amazing how the schedule makers have had those 3 teams appear on the schedule for many clubs. Mallorca just did that trio. Isn't that interesting how that worked out? As Aimar was fouled, quickly into the 18 straight to Reina.
You got to love it though when it's all bubbling up at both ends of the table. It seems a bit of a non-event when the league's already won, a la Italy, Germany. I mean, there's 2-3 rounds left in both those countries, and it's all over. There's no interest except who's going to get relegated.
You said it's bubbling at both ends. It's also bubbling in the middle. 9 teams within 5 points of that final UEFA Cup spot that is now held by Athletic Bilbao after the point they got over the weekend.
Well, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, I have no idea who's going to win the league. I would have said Sociedad 2 months ago, and then I would have said Real Madrid, and now maybe Deportivo. You all could get one back, but that's not going to be enough today.
Then Nigris way offside on the other side. Then Nigris was handcuffed a bit. He still played the ball.
And that was almost one of the own goals of the season.
See what happens now. The player he's going for is offside. López
hits Marchena on the knee, and he volleys it spectacularly over the bar. But nice build-up work again by Villarreal. Really impressed with them on the break, and that's a super first-time ball. And Cañizares, I mean, he was rooted to the ground there.
Flag was up. Belletti. Little trip up there, play on. Now played back for Javi Venta. Calleja the target. He's made himself available. Arruabarrena. The 1-2. Into the 18. Touched away by Rufete, and he'll clear it.
Oh, and that was great defending by Rufete. And here come Valencia.
Sánchez. All sorts of time here for Vicente. A shot off the post. Paulo, thank you.
What a super passage of play though. Villarreal attacking in numbers. Rufete stealing it. Valencia on the counter. Off the post, and back come Villarreal again. Let's keep this up for 90 minutes, lads.
Yeah, there's space to be found now. And Villarreal not appearing to be a team playing for the point. Coming out gangbusters. Here's the cross by López. And touched away. Getting up very slowly with Marchena.
And that was a super cross by López. Low and hard in at the near post. Defenders hate dealing with that.
Arruabarrena. And that finds Cañizares.
Cañizares not slowing this down one iota, Max. He dumps it downfield, and back come Valencia. Little push in the back though. Rufete, no, don't put your hands up in the air and saying, what me? I saw it from here. Little nudge in the back. Using the left hand, and there's the chance coming in, and lovely defending. And here's the chance that hit the post. Cracking drive. Vicente nearly opening up the scoring.
An entertaining first 20 minutes or so. Still scoreless here at the Mestalla. Look at that, Villarreal getting most of the possession. That certainly is going to put a smile on the face of Benito Floro.
Well, it's always a tough job coming into a club mid-season, try and turn things around. Not so much pressure because there'll be a bit less is expected of you with the club already being in trouble. And it takes time for new ideas to bed down with the players, but if Villarreal can keep up this kind of play, I think they'll have no trouble staying in La Liga.
Arruabarrena, there's the tackle put in by Rufete, who's been a busy bee. Can't clear it. Calleja in front, López. And taken by Cañizares, who's getting more work than he would have envisioned, certainly.
Well, Valencia played themselves into all kinds of trouble there. And it wasn't a bad drive as we take a look at Vicente's shot off the post once again. And I thought maybe we had options to the right in that last shot for Villarreal, but Cañizares smartly down to his left, and it's still all tied up. But chances at both ends, and this is what we like to see, Max.
Farinós dispossessed. Aimar, Angúlo. A gift from the former Valencia player to his old teammates.
Oh, you better believe it. It's getting ridiculous. Both teams are getting themselves in a pickle on the defensive end and creating all sorts of opportunities for the attacking team.
Valencia with all the corners. Aimar goes short with it. Now get corner number 4. There is the former Valencia player, Grizzly Farinós.
Grizzly, where did you get that nickname?
Oh, beard. El Grizzly. Rufete getting a bit careless there. Certainly something lacking in this Valencia attack right now as they lose that ball on the far side.
Well, that's been the problem all year, and we mentioned Carew last week, and he had an absolute stinker of a game. Got subbed at half-time, and I remember saying we'll be lucky to see him again this season, and he has in fact made the bench. And as you can see, Valencia have changed their game plan. Instead of the high balls into the box, looking for Mr. Carew, everything's nicely on the ground, and it makes attractive more football.
I tell you, with the rumors that Claudio López is coming back to Valencia, I'd be surprised if Jean Carew is a factor on the side next year, or if he'll even be with the club.
Well, Valencia, if they do get rid of him, will be kicking themselves, because they could have got a whole heap of cash for him last season. They'll get what from this season?
Not nearly as much. The yellow card is going to be shown for the second time today.
It's Josico.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, come on, Max.
Sorry. No,
little foul on Aimar. And I think Aimar made a bit of a meal of that, to be honest with you. Yes, Josico was down. He did tap his ankles, but Aimar put the theatrics into it, and out came the yellow card. Sets up a nice free kick opportunity.
A rare touch for Aimar in the run of play. They've kept him quiet. As a result, Villarreal are right in this. Ayala cutting in front. Roberto Ayala, the ex-Milan, ex-Napoli, ex-River Plate defender, and word has it, maybe ex-Valencia next year, as Real Madrid have circled him as one of their main targets.
Well, he's one of the great defenders in world football, and if Real Madrid does have an Achilles heel, you'd have to say it's the back four, and he'd slot in there quite superbly.
I tell you why I like that as well, is that Real Madrid won't lose him because retiring from international football, he'll be able to play for them pretty much every fixture, barring any injury. Makes sense. I have a feeling we'll see a whole new back line for Real Madrid next year, especially if they don't win the title.
Oh, yes. There will be changes. The Champions League is their holy grail. La Liga, their bread and butter. And you know they don't really want to give up their title without a fight.
Free kick as Calleja was brought down by a combination of players. That Real Madrid move, if it does happen, apparently Real Madrid would send Fernando Morientes to Valencia, which doesn't help the Carew situation. I think that would be a great fit.
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of changes this summer. The transfer market rumours are already heating up, and the biggest and the best is, of course, Beck's to Real Madrid. They deny, they counter-deny, and they deny again, and that generally means he's going.
I hear they're going to put him at centre back.
Well, I think Beck's would fit in well in La Liga. They like the long hair and the strange do's, and you saw Fergie said to to Beckham that he thought his hairband was a bit too girly for the Premier League.
Never thought I'd hear that. López slips through, brought down. Would he have ever been able to retrieve that ball? The referee says yes. Villarreal continue to complicate matters at the Mestalla. And is there a booking to boot?
Yeah, it's got to be for Marchena. Definite free kick. López made a great move. And I don't know what Marchena's complaining about. Oh!
Aha!
It's got Jorge López for diving. I thought he was fouled there. He was fouled.
I think he withdrew the leg at the end, but I don't know how the referee would have been able to tell.
Oh,
how could you give him a yellow card?
I'm sorry. Marchena should have been in the book, and that should have been a free kick.
If it's not a dive, he's just trying to avoid contact with the legs if he ran through. My word. Different interpretations. We see some players get away with murder out there that don't get booked. Marchena. Upfield. Baraja. Aimar. Shoots it up and over.
Well, it's good to see Paquito Aimar finally get involved. He's been very quiet. Get some space. And, I mean, a shot really out of nothing. You didn't expect that. As we take one more look, and every time he catches it.
Well, maybe it's time for the glasses. Either him or us, because we must have missed it. Vicente, nice ball. Unable to control it with Sánchez. Half an hour into this match, 0-0, but it's been an entertaining match thus far. 0-0 has been a popular scoreline already this weekend.
Well, we've seen some real 0-0 snoozes, Max, but this isn't one of them. This is good stuff here. Really enjoyable. And for the neutral, which we are, loving every minute of it.
Aimar, he's becoming more involved, and as a result, Valencia are flowing much better. Vicente, Angúlo. Look at the 22-year-old winger. Weaving around, space disappeared. He gets out of a bind, and they have a throw.
Yeah, it's much better from Valencia. We've seen them so many times, and their game is based on possession. If they can maintain control of the ball, they generally create a lot of chances. We saw one of the stats, Villarreal were winning the possession battle, and Valencia not in the game.
Cleared just in time by Farinós. Carlos Marchena saw some international duty a week ago. Formerly of Sevilla, also of Benfica, spent one season in the Portuguese Super League. There's a nice ball. Vicente over to Aimar, and saved by Rufete. We do have the throw in though.
A little bit too much on that by Aimar, but better build-up play, better movement, switching it from the left to the right, opening Villarreal up, and if they can keep that up, they create some good scoring opportunities.
The referee's assistant's flag is up. A foul on Aimar. He's a good boy. Look at that. Smiles.
Well, I can't lip read, Max. But I don't think he was too happy about the decision. It's a bit rough on him, actually. He was just using his arm to hold off, and you see many players do that, and his shirt was definitely being tugged. He's only a small chap, and I think he could put his shirt on someone extra large now.
Yellow cards there, two for Villarreal, López for the dive, and Josico. Baraja for Valencia. Ayala. Marchena. Vicente's cross, straight to Reina. And really nothing in the form of a quality chance yet for Valencia today. This is the one strike from Vicente that struck the post. Baraja. Aimar. Vicente. Crossing it in. And right now, that is your danger man. Number 14.
Well, Aymar's behind everything. He plays the ball outside, and Vicente gets a decent ball in. It was one of those cross-come shots. You know, if it had fallen in the back of the net, he would have said, well, I meant to do it. If it had gone to the far post and someone nodded it in, he would have said, well, I meant to do that as well. We shall never know.
I meant to hit into the top netting. Ooh, Calleja, maybe by accident. Spinning loose, gets the team moving forward. Missed touch there by López. Oh, but even worse one from Reveillere. Venta. Check it. Belletti.
Oh, good strike by Belletti, and an even better save by Cañizares. He's had very little to do. And he was down smartly as Valencia really digging a hole for themselves, giving the ball away in the final third, and they're trying to do it again.
Making it really interesting here at the Mestalla. Vicente, again a nice run from him, getting a lot out of him. Terrible ball out of the area from Angúlo. And now something cooking on the right side. Plenty of numbers for Villarreal. Farinós. Javi Venta curls around him. No one marking Farinós. And maybe because, oh, shocker!
Well, it's really a comedy of errors, because that was an absolutely shocking ball into the box. And then it hits Reveillere on the bonds and goes out for a corner. Quite incredible. Loads of time to play the cross. As we take a quick look at this shot coming in, Cañizares with the save. And a corner kick, and I tell you what, Max, the natives are getting restless at the Mestalla. They're not happy with what they're seeing.
And if anything comes of this corner, we'll see that replay time and time again from Anthony Reveillere. He's off the hook. No, he's not.
It's a penalty.
Oh, no! What is happening here? This is amazing. Apparently a handball.
Who's it on, Marchena?
Marchena's got his hands on his head. Once again, I did not see anything, but apparently a penalty has been awarded. It happened so matter-of-factly. Here we go. Referee's assistant's going to have a word.
And this has been one of the most bizarre passages of play I've seen all season.
Any second now, you'll see a bunch of yellow shirts jump in there too. Well, maybe not.
So who's it on, Max? Well, there's a header there. Is there a push?
Angúlo.
There's a push.
This. Maybe this.
It's on Marchena. He's gone down like a sack of spuds. Nothing there.
That's what I think's being called. Yes, and Marchena gets a yellow. He had a hold of Ballesteros. Didn't let him move, and apparently they've awarded the penalty as a result. It's all happening.
And it all started from that awful cross from the right that hit Marchena on the bonds and went out for a corner kick.
I didn't want to say it, but it had to be mentioned, and now look how things have complicated themselves. Cañizares
against Jorge López. Who do you fancy?
Like the keeper's chances. Bails out his defenders, Marchena and Reveillere. Can he do him a favor? He can't! Villarreal are in front in the 37th minute, and I tell you what, they deserve it.
You know what, Max, I've got to agree with you. They've been playing some lovely football on the break. Valencia are flattered to deceive. Although I must say that was a strange penalty decision. Their pressure has paid off, and the 20 or so fans who have made the trip are absolutely delighted as Cañizares goes the wrong way. And Jorge López, that's 7 on the season, and he tucked that way with aplomb.
Oh, and really, Cañizares gave it away early. I mean, he was jumping to his left before it left the foot of Jorge López. And a couple things to mention here. It's about an hour drive from Villarreal to Valencia. How come there's 20 people showed up?
I've no idea about that one, Max.
Wow. Derby football.
It is derby football, and it's definitely got an edge to it, and you can see red cards coming in this game. There's no doubt about it, because the fouling's quite naughty, it's quite niggly. As we have a look at 5 penalties in La Liga, and he's banged them all away.
Done a pretty good job.
Well, let's have a look and see if we can see what's going on here.
Well, he's got a good hold of him.
Yeah, he's got a good hold of him, but we see this day in, day out in every league in the world, and that looked like a harsh decision.
I think when you make a decision like that, I think the criteria is, would that player been involved in the play? And you can see it being head out by Angúlo way in advance of it reaching Ballesteros. And I think the referee's got to make a decision there that is pushing and tugging. If it affected that player, if he was going to head it, then make that call. But it wasn't the case. Calleja. These are Cañizares taken cleanly. I just don't want to be a ref.
Hey, who'd want to be a ref? You're never going to please everybody. That was more good football from Villarreal. Ball pinged into the box, and well done Cañizares picking that one up on the short hop, to use a baseball terminology.
Didn't expect to hear from you, Mr. Webster. Calleja, and they're really blossoming right now. Villarreal showing all sorts of confidence. The crowd's pretty much out of it. Taken by Baraja, 40th minute. Sánchez. Rufete to Aimar. He's got some numbers here. Sánchez. Why not Vicente? He's got company now. Oh, he gets a cross in. Vicente taking advantage of the fact that Belletti keeps getting up in the attack.
Well, it was good stuff by Vicente. He maintained possession well, and then when he found an inch of space, he shanked it off his left foot, and more whistles raining down on the home side. We take a look at the live standings, and well, Valencia is safe in 5th, there's no doubt about that. And at the bottom, oh no, Max! Recreativo! They're back into 18.
With all the results they've had, for them to be relegated now would be just really cruel. To get a point against Real Madrid after pulling off 2-3 wins, you were set adrift and then you pulled yourself from the bottom. Calleja, oh, Nigris. Actually, Belletti, where is Nigris? The shot's in! It's 2-0! 20 yards out, and Farinós a little reluctant to celebrate against his former team. Would you believe it?
Well, Farinós showing a lot of class. It'd be easy to rub it in, and you can almost see the look of disappointment on his face. But you know who you've got to be asking questions of? Cañizares. He had an absolute nightmare there, because that didn't look like it had a lot of power on it. And it's a dribbler, and oh, bar of soap time. And Cañizares, one of the top keepers in Europe. I've been singing his praises all season long, and I'm going to have to stop doing that now.
What can you say about the Villarreal attack? But there was only 2 players up. One was Belletti, the right back. The other was Farinós, the organizing defensive midfielder. No López, no Nigris. It's very strange that those 2 players are found up front, but boy, did they get the results. Belletti assisting to Farinós. It's 2-0. And pinch me, Nick. I just can't believe what I've seen here.
I can't believe it either, Max. And Belletti, for me, has been outstanding. No idea how he's getting into these attacking positions, but he must be absolutely busting a gut. Because every time he's up there, he's going to be making 50, 60-yard runs. He assisted on it, and Farinós put it away, and this really is one of the shock results of the season coming up.
And the manner that Villarreal achieved the 2-0 advantage. Down goes Angúlo, no whistle there. Alvarez defended.
Yeah, you've got to say Villarreal, they've been good value for it. They played the better football, and hence they lead by 2-0.
Villarreal, this really coming out of nowhere. They've had one win in their last 8 matches. They only scored 1 goal in their previous 4 matches, including losing 5-0 to the before-mentioned Recreativo.
Well, they need it, Max, because their run-in is difficult. They're at home to Celta Vigo, then away to Atletico Madrid, then home to Atletico Madrid. So, well, that could be 6 points guaranteed there.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid is exactly who you want to see on the schedule. Ayala putting the tackle in. I tell you, Cañizares looking not his usual determined self, both on that penalty kick taken and that second goal. Eek. 44th minute. A lot of repair to be done. Aimar. Vicente. Oh. Stayed in play. The bounce is going Villarreal's way. López. Farinós. Those are your 2 goal scorers. Arruabarrena to Calleja. Villarreal making a strong statement right now for survival. López takes it himself. And Nigris apparently in an offside position.
Once again, it's super football from Villarreal. They're knocking it around, they're doing as they please. Valencia seem to have no answer to them. And López, a little unlucky there, maybe could have gone near post, but had Cañizares at full stretch. And I really have no idea what is up with Valencia today. They seem to have no passion, no idea. And they seem to can't wait for the final whistle to go, and there's still 45 minutes left. And you just know the paint is going to be peeling in the dressing room.
Oof. Rafael Benítez with a lot to discuss. Vicente. Oh, he got himself a target in Sánchez. There he comes. Looking for the corner kick. They said Reina was out of play as we head into stoppage time.
Well, this is better. Good first-time ball. And a lovely glancing header. And Reina had to be certain it was going out. Dived across, looked like it was going to be a corner. Nothing doing, and Valencia are not getting any of the calls. And Marchena, I think he's got to be careful, Max. He's getting hot under the collar, and I can understand why, actually. Didn't seem to be a lot in that one.
He's already carrying a yellow. On a play that set up the first goal for Villarreal via penalty. Only 1 minute of stoppage time. We're 40 seconds into it, and Villarreal will let the ball do the talking here and head into the locker room with a 2-0 advantage. Better than they could have ever imagined. They were talking about it would be a golden point if they could get here at Mestalla. That results. But a platinum trio of points is on offer as they take a 2-0 advantage into the locker room. And listen to the boos, the jeers, the whistles. They're not happy. Their team's down 2, and Champions League dreams may be disappearing before their very eyes, like that ball through the arms of Santiago Cañizares. The halftime score, 2-0. Founded in 1919.
Well, to be honest, Max, Valencia couldn't put together a worse 45 minutes than that first half performance. And we'll expect much better things out of them in this second half if they're going to get anything whatsoever out of this game. And to be honest, they need to.
Caru and Mista on the bench. May see some action if this continues. This is round 34 from La Liga. I'm Max Bredos along with Nick Webster. Glad to have you along. Looks like we have a good one on our hands. And you get the feeling this is just going to get hotter. Rufete is out. And Amadeo Carboni comes in.
You're going to have to wonder if that is an injury, because I thought Rufete was actually one of the few players on the Valencia team that covered himself in any distinction. Take a look. I'm not sure who that is. flat out there.
I believe it's Calleja. And you mentioned that substitute. You replace an attacking midfielder with a defender.
What are they trying to do? Keep the 2-0, 2-0?
Yeah. Stop the bleeding. Baraja, who got lodged in there.
Yeah, he's bashed his hip right there, and very painful when that happens. He's a tough kid. He'll run it off.
I'll tell you what, there's a curse of games. We've done it here, and I know you guys out there watching have seen it. We get a run of games. We had a run of games with Celta. We had like 3 of theirs, and they went down the toilet. Atletico Madrid, we began that rot. And now the Valencia pitfall.
The Bredos and Webster curse strikes again.
You do not want to be on our airwaves if you're at the top of the table.
Or maybe the powers that be will give us a top match game. You never know. They probably won't anymore.
They know we're a bad influence. Marchena to Vicente. Villarreal can now bunker down. Not only for taking 1 goal, but 2 goals, so they have some margin of error available to them.
Yeah, I don't think they have to change a thing. Their game plan's been excellent coming in. And with Valencia's Keystone Cup defending, there's always going to be chances.
Ballesteros. Marchena. Oh, not a good first touch. Belletti. Won back by Valencia. Vicente. Charging at the left was Aurelio, but it was knocked out of play first.
It's back to basics for Valencia. Let's get stuck into the challenges, try and get the ball, and just try and find teammates.
No one there for that cross, headed out by Arruabarrena. It's been a wacky round 34 already. Play on, slipping through on the left side. Sanchez's cross. It'll be a corner.
Trying to look for all the world that Sanchez was bearing down, and he was going to get a strike on goal, and the bounce didn't favour him. Just took it away, but they do have a corner kick.
Vicente overcooked it. Reveillere. That's a good cross. Reina cut it out, and he's playing with some spirit. Look at that big gap between the midfield and defense for Valencia. López drew in the defenders. Calleja. Looking for a sight line. Got one in there. Taken by Cañizares.
And that's a great point you bring up, Max, about the big hole between the defence and the midfield. And the likes of Baraja, Aimar, Vicente, Reveillere, they're just not tracking back. And that is just going to cause problems at the end of the day. And there's a great example. Sorry, Belletti getting back there, tracking back all the way.
He's really impressed. Ayala. Aurelio slips through. Vicente over the head of Angúlo, who pushed Arruabarrena.
Clever, but I didn't like the ball. I think it should have been played maybe on the ground and allowed Angúlo to step inside rather than going outside to the far post. And this young man really got to get into the game. Yes, it wasn't the right ball. It's played in and along the floor. Angúlo makes the inside run.
We saw Pablo Aimar, and we said endlessly how much they missed him last week, but they're playing worse this week. Maybe they missed David Albelda more than we thought. Headed across. Aimar. Ballesteros, a towering figure. commits the foul.
Well, it's been better from Valencia in the last few minutes. Getting back into the game, and Aimar shielding the ball pretty nicely, wins the free kick. And Valencia have got to make use of these.
They've kept it at his end for the most part in these opening 7 minutes of the second half. Aurelio, one of two very dangerous left-footers on the team, strikes the one-man wall, ends up with Reina.
Well, the wall doing his job. Nice comfortable save for Reina.
Amedeo Carboni. Angúlo going down there. Nice passing in the back from Villarreal, and they've got themselves out of trouble. That was a questionable ball. Alvarez. Reina. Well, he knew where it was going.
He was lucky, Max.
This is outstanding. A clinic from Villarreal in passing.
And Valencia, they're struggling to get hold of the ball again. We said in the first half, the key to their game is possession. Now that's better.
Reveillere chasing Angúlo. Gets in front of Alvarez. The cross deflected. Corner. Post by Ballesteros. Angúlo.
Pretty shoddy by Angúlo. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. It definitely didn't please the punters at Mestalla.
And a throw in for Villarreal. Baraja not having one of his best days, but you've got to admire this man's work ethic. Making that international match. Really, you can't really see where he's had a day to sort of collect himself, get a little R&R. Busy schedule for him, and he's there available, making him one of the most valuable players for Valencia. Here he is, right on cue. Vicente. It's a horror show. Villarreal continuing to be the more composed of the two sides. Belletti!
Belletti with the ballet there. That was beautifully done. And I've got to say, Valencia don't look sharp, Max. They don't have the snap, the bite. And it seems to me the will to get back into this game. And Villarreal, 37 points, a win today. Woo. Put them right on the heels of our favorite Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, who would have funked that? And I tell you, this is the kind of result, you know, at the end of the season, if Villarreal do stay afloat, we'll say that's the one that did it. That's the result we weren't supposed to get, that we did. A long way to go, though. Sánchez. They wanted a handball here, but they're not going to get it.
Well, the ball's just not falling for Valencia right now. Sánchez looked like he was clean through, bobbled away. Maybe a chance to do some more damage.
You're looking dangerous, Baraja.
And Baraja will be disappointed with that.
Maybe the third time.
His name always gets me, Max. It always gets me.
I just love it. I look at you with like complete joy when you're about to say his name.
Doesn't roll off the English tongue that well.
No, I can't say Spanish, French Basque names. I have a real problem with that. I get a ton of emails to prove it. So you're not alone.
Well, I do have one La Liga fan who always gives me stick about my pronunciation of Bajara.
A slice of heaven. Calleja, questionable ball there. It took forever to get there and easily read by Valencia. Straight in, looking for Angúlo. Pick up with Arruabarrena. Nigris, rare Mexican international, making a living in Europe. Oh, nice cut. The run start, they didn't see it, too late. The Nigris really should have been rewarded for that run. Calleja. Belletti. He likes his chances. Getting around Fabio Aurelio.
Looked like a foul there on Fabio Aurelio, but no call from the referee. A lot of space now for Valencia. Got to do something soon.
The ex-Rennes defender, Reveillere. Oh, howler.
And it seems like today is the day that every Valencia player has chosen to have their stinker of the season.
Have you ever been involved with one of those where you know you're having a bad day and you look around, your teammates go, a little help today. I knew I wasn't going to play well, and you're in the same boat. Marchena. Carboni.
Well, to be honest, Max, Valencia's league form probably had a full bearing of this, because in their last 10 games they've only won 3, lost 5, drawn 2, so form wasn't that good. It's panning out here. Form book doesn't lie.
Well, they're hitting rock bottom right now. Celta, the team that they're competing with right now for that last Champions League spot, is a team that have to be extremely hungry to get it. They've been in the UEFA Cup so often, they like the upgrade. And it's been shown to them they have that chance. They got to take advantage of it now. And Valencia certainly will get off the mat, maybe even today. We'll see what they do in the next half hour. Right down by Alvarez. Out wide on Arruabarrena. Long legs of John Carew. He came on as a substitute a week ago, did absolutely nothing.
Well, to be honest, Max, you can't do any worse than what's out there at the moment. I mean, this is the worst I've seen Valencia play in years.
Alvarez, Arruabarrena. Calleja, oh, gets through. Ayala there to put out the fire. Good control there by Sánchez. Check it, Aimar. Aimar brought down, and there's the whistle.
Looking for the penalty and gets a throw in for his troubles. Says to the referee, didn't you see the shirt pull? And I did.
On his own accord. Belletti.
Oh, take that.
Pardon?
Play on.
Sweep that one under the rug for the time being.
Love to see the replay though.
Reina. He's having a cracking match. Not only saves, but getting the team moving in the counter-attack, getting the outlet balls.
Spot on, Max. His distribution has been superb. And he doesn't mess around with the ball once he gets in.
Peligro! And help came before with Ayala. López still down, Angúlo.
Well, that was sporting by Angúlo, because Valencia were on the counter-attack. Let's see if we can see what happens here. Oh, that was a superb tackle. sure what's going on now, though.
Puzzling, yeah.
The crowd don't like it because for once Valencia had some numbers up and they think maybe López may have been a bit of a faker.
I know. It's very touching when fair play comes out and the crowd respond to it in such a way, but it is no longer a gentleman's sport. It's about the results.
And I tell you what, Max, there must have been more than 20 Villarreal fans because they're making a lot of noise right now. They must have snuck in at half-time.
It could also be the boozed-up Valencia fans who have no idea what's going on.
Potent sangria made down in Valencia.
Well, you can get from Villarreal to Valencia in about the time they scored the second goal. So there's the fans saw that and go, hey, let's join the party. Nicely controlled by Calleja. Arruabarrena on the left. Valencia keep him hemmed in. And the tackle by Carboni does the job.
Carboni went for the knee straight away, so you have to figure maybe jarred it a little bit, give it a little TLC, bit of the magic sponge, he'll be right back. Is that another yellow card?
Certainly seemed that he was reaching into his pocket.
Touch of time wasting perhaps. I think we should be given instruments.
I know.
Little drum set and a trumpet wouldn't go amiss.
I could do the Jew's harp. That'll get people into a frenzy. Javi Venta.
Sounded more like a didgeridoo.
Squirting through there was Farinós.
It was a foul on Vicente. He used his body, blocked off Farinós. Good call by the referee.
Farinós, as the yellow card was shown to Arruabarrena, or I'm sure dissent. Farinós scoring that second goal against his former club. He has not been really kind to his former side in the past. When he played for Inter, I remember in a quarterfinal of the UEFA Cup, had a great match, and actually when Soldo was red carded, they already made their 3 substitutions. They had to put Farinós between the posts, and he made a couple, although not pretty, good saves to preserve the result.
That's quite surprised because he's not the biggest of lads, is he?
I was holding my breath. I was watching the match and go, I wonder who they're going to put in there. And I go, well, it would have been my first choice, but they know more about it than I do. Benítez is going to bring Pista in. Reveillere, he's moved into a midfield role, I should say, with Carboni now into the defense. Reina. Josico. Nigris. He's labored to get a touch. He finally gets one, but nothing there in front of him.
Lovely turn, though. Good control. Shows that he's still concentrating, still hungry.
Belletti. Nigris. Nigris, who just really started playing soccer a few years ago, was actually a tennis player growing up. And one of the more athletic players come out of Mexico. Play through. Belletti, always in the middle of things.
And Nigris had run ahead too far, so he was in an offside position. Didn't leave Belletti too many choices. Cañizares out smartly, didn't drop it this time, and back comes Valencia. 25 minutes left to get something positive out of this game before they move into that 3-game spell where they play the leaders of La Liga.
just noticed here, and this tells you how crazy things are. A win here, and Villarreal are right in the UEFA Cup. The UEFA Cup battle.
It's just not possible. They're just above the relegation zone.
They'll be 5 points off if they win it.
Well, it looks to me that Valencia have almost developed the Chelsea syndrome. They can get it up for the big matches, but for the small fry, they seem to drop the level of their game as Mister comes in, and Vicente, who had a decent first half, his shot came off the post, probably the best opportunity for Valencia, comes out.
Round 33.
Well, it's been the craziest round of results this season, there's no doubt about that.
It's just the one that starts to concrete your ideas here. With many people figured the Real Sociedad continue their run. They did. Winning against in form Mallorca side. Deportivo winning again, continue their form. And Real Madrid struggling for another week.
I mean, it's just madness. Mallorca are coming off what? That 5-1 thrashing of Madrid?
And they were no match for Sociedad. By Carboni. Mixta. On the right side, Angúlo. Defensive header there by Alvarez. And Villarreal able to relieve the pressure. The Nigris to Calleja. Javi Venta. The Nigris running the channels.
Oh, it's a nice run and a good break by Villarreal, but back come Valencia, and visitors have committed players forward, but that sums it up, doesn't it?
Baraja and Angúlo getting their lines crossed. Better from Angúlo. A complete split by Aimar. Belletti. Ballesteros. Looking to exact revenge. Valencia for their earlier meeting in round 14, where Valencia defeated Villarreal 2-0. Great day for Caru. He scored both goals.
Well, it's got to be tempting then for Benítez to put on Caru and see if he can repeat the magic. Oh, and yes, now the Valencia fans cheering Villarreal. The Olay's beginning to swirl around the Mestalla.
Belletti, everyone getting a touch.
Oh, it's wonderful, the champagne football.
And it's amazing what you said, but the Valencia crowd are actually applauding the effort from Villarreal. You certainly didn't think you were going to hear that today, but it's happening, and you get back to all this in the week, to the run of this match, where some of the Valencia players are putting a question about their commitment now. This is not going to help that at all.
No, it's not. I mean, we said they had a long, tough season, and that is true, but when you match up man for man against Villarreal, I mean, Valencia should play them off the park. And maybe there is something to be said about commitment.
This is turning to be an embarrassing result with Villarreal, and you never thought that they featured just one really attacking midfielder in Jorge López, that they would get the possession that they've had. Pablo Aimar and company have struggled with the few touches they've got.
Well, I tell you this, if Villarreal played with the same confidence in their remaining 3 matches, that UEFA Cup spot I laughed off a few seconds ago could well become a reality.
Calleja. They keep making the passes. Keep finding their target. Nigris. Great ball in the midfield for Farinós. Gets it wide to Belletti. Up the clothesline from Aurelio.
And that is a yellow card for Aurelio. Wonderful skill. Aurelio raises the elbow. Bosh, take that. Yellow card coming up.
Belletti getting his money's worth. These two are friends. They played together in Brazil.
Well, it was wonderful skill by Belletti. Controls it with the instep. Rolls over. Goes to the outside of the foot. Oh, that's painful every time we see it. That'll make your eyes water and your nose smart.
Your jaw rumble a bit. Big opportunity by López. That's what I had expected. Farinós back to López. Javi Venta. Ballesteros. Arruabarrena. Amazing.
That's wonderful to watch. So controlled.
So confident in these touches. They look as if they're going to make every single one.
Well, if you just switched on and didn't know who was playing who, you'd say Valencia were in the yellow. And Villarreal are playing like a top of the table side.
Get it back, Calleja, Farinós. Here we go again. You think the white flag is being waved? Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's remember this is Villarreal. And they have deceptively been in horrible form. You wouldn't be able to tell by the way they played today.
Yep, only 2 wins in their last 10. So you've got to wonder where on earth has this rich vein come from?
Picked out by Josico. And this is going to be a race, and you got to like Belletti's chances. Pins the ears back. And commits the foul on Ayala. Whoa. Hit body.
Belletti and Ayala getting their knickers in a twist. A little bit of handbags. For Ayala, he's got to get on with it. Side's 2-0 down, 15 minutes to go. Can't be pushing and shoving in the penalty area for too long.
Angúlo.
It seems every time Valencia get in a position to do something, they give the ball away.
Farinós. Venta. Villarreal haven't made a substitute, and I don't think Benítez is going to want to tinker with anything the way his team's performing right now. Aimar. Baraja. Aurelio. Starts to dip. Angúlo.
It's not the kind of ball that's going to get you success, though. It's hanging in the air too long. It just gives everybody time to get back, get in the right position. Oh, God, wow, look at that. Galvan with his shirt halfway up his neck. Now, for Valencia, they've got to get to the line and whip that ball in at pace. High floating crosses with no Carew out there to get on the end of them.
And a free kick finally for Valencia.
Yep, no doubt about that. And an opportunity to whip the ball in. Maybe Aurelio will take it. He's got the left foot. You expect to see this swinging possibly to the near post for a little flick on.
Finds some space and actually hit Ayala, I think. He wasn't ready for it. One back. Finally, some spirit. And there's a cross from Aimar, who went after it with the aggressiveness that they have been lacking.
About time, and a quick corner coming up as well.
Villarreal continue to repel borders. Fresh legs, maybe coming in just at the right time. You know Villarreal can't be doing this forever. They have a staunch defense throughout.
It's possible they're getting tired, beginning to give away free kicks, and this is exactly where Valencia just had one.
Aurelio, taken by Reina.
Reina once again, the man. Oh, but that's a giveaway there.
Right back in. Oh, Sánchez. Is he going to get a yellow? Are we going to get a second yellow for a dive? Marchena has got to chill out.
Well, what's the call, Max? I haven't heard a whistle.
Villarreal doing the smart thing, walking away.
He's standing on the penalty spot. Is it a penalty or is it a free kick? It's a penalty.
Whoa!
Arruabarrena thumping in the back of Sánchez, and a massive opportunity for Valencia somehow to get back into this match, and it's one they hardly deserved.
Oh my goodness! What a strange development.
That's two really weird penalty kicks.
Really, and then just no one really knew what was going on. Villarreal thought it was a goal kick. Surprised all of them.
Well, to be honest, it looked like Sánchez just took a flop. But then again, no Villarreal players complained, so they must have said to themselves, clear penalty kick.
Jesus Galvan, the ex-Sevilla midfielder, coming in for Arruabarrena.
Well, that's nice. Give away the penalty, get subbed, and 2-1.
Well, I'm at a loss for words. It's very strange what's just happened here. But Valencia back in it. And now only a goal to make up.
Well, congrats to Juan Sánchez. He put that penalty away with authority. Reina going the wrong way. And incredibly, I really don't believe my eyes, but with 10 minutes to go, Valencia are back in this game, and they should have the bit between their teeth, and really, we should be in for a treat.
I think we'll have much more than just the 10. Here's side ball for Aimar. Taken by Javi Venta. Charging up that time. And it's Aurelio.
Well, you don't want to see Villarreal lose their nerve now, and it will be very nervous time for them, because they played so well and they deserve the 3 points, and another sub coming up.
Josico.
He's coming up. And he's taking his time, unsurprisingly. So I guess we're going to have to guess how much injury time, Max. Last week we were stunned with 7 minutes.
Let's say 4 or 5. Quique Medina in the game. Belletti missed that one. Marchena. Great ball. Oh, and everyone holds their breath when you hear the whistle. Foul by Baraja.
And he's holding his Baraja. There's the penalty kick. Sánchez nudged in the back. Oh, he's looking for that penalty all the time, man. Firing up the troops.
It's really hard to fire up the crowd. They've just been lulled to sleep by the Villarreal possession. Farinós. Onside, Belletti.
Needed some help. Good run. The Nigris needed to be closer.
Here's a chance on the right side. Reina, reluctant to come up his line. The ball finds him.
It's funny what a goal will do. All of a sudden, Valencia, they look like a new team. They've got a bit of life to them. That spark that was missing is back.
Still giving a lot of space up here. No one really wants to uncork it just yet. Calleja worked out pretty well. The cross comes in. Out it goes for Marchena. Diagonally through the midfield. Angúlo. Baraja. Stretches out and out of play. Here's that last chance. Aimar. Not the best of first touches. Villarreal, you have to be a little cautious now and let some air come out of the game.
Well, I don't blame them for slowing it down, because it will be a tragedy for them if they blow the 3 points.
Better defending from Valencia. Baraja. Angúlo. Had a look. Calleja. This is Galvan. Farinós. Marchena. Now the tackle's coming in hard.
Yeah, they're flying in thick and fast.
Baraja. Aurelio. He's onside. Baraja. Angúlo.
Well, surely there must be. Yes, the assistant referee's flag is raised. Angúlo looks offside. Meester looks miles offside. And Villarreal, they breathe easily. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, he's definitely off. No two ways about it.
Leveled out there. Offsides, Villarreal. 3-1, so Angúlo's offside call. They're the first for Valencia today.
But the problem Villarreal have got at the moment is they're defending too deep, Max. They've got to push up a little bit.
Medina. Intended for Belletti, well out of his reach. Cañizares. Oh! What has he done here?
Oh, Cañizares gets away with one there. Good vision by the Nigris to see Cañizares was struggling to get back in front of his goal. It's a shame he didn't hit the target, because Cañizares would have been struggling big time, and that would have been the second massive error of the game.
Another mistake has led to this. Nigris can't keep his footing, but it's cleared right to Jorge López. Wisely pulls it out. Calleja. Reina tries to draw out Sánchez and Mista. Aurelio. Cut out by Farinós. Here he goes. Has the numbers. Belletti on his right. López and Nigris to his left. Doesn't need either of them. No one marked him. Why not?
Someone had to step up and find us, but good run. Driving forward. Gets a great shot off. Nice save by Cañizares.
And you saw Farinós running back. He looks beat. It comes out to Angúlo. Crosses it in. Corner!
Good run by Angúlo, playing it in low and hard, gets the corner kick. Just 2.5 minutes left. Look at the corner count, 7 for Valencia, only 1 for Villarreal.
Lifted by Angúlo. We have another corner kick coming. No? That's touched by Marchena.
Here we have a look at Farinós. Head down. And maybe he should have gone low and hard. Here's the giveaway by Cañizares. The Nigris. They'd like to have another chance at that one.
A lot of goal mouth to work with. 89th minute.
What's up with Cañizares today? It's most unlike him. He makes such fundamental errors.
Maybe the workload's getting to him as well. He's not a spring chicken anymore. He has always been with clubs that always are in the midst of European competition. Not to mention internationally called up with some regularity. 33 years. Cross, Reina, Baraja! So nonchalant was Ballesteros there. I'll just clear that away, no worries.
What a clearance though, it looked sure. Valencia were going to tie it all up. Reina's come, he's missed it, and Ballesteros deflects it for a corner kick, and should be all tied up really.
Reina now looking shaky. Farinós. Belletti. Reveillere on top of him. And it'll be a free kick, and this will absorb some more clock. Reveillere will be booked as well. That'll be the 4th for Valencia, the 1st for Valencia in this half.
Well, I think all 3 of them have been on Belletti. Every time he gets going, they just drag him down, and Reveillere, he's beating for pace, so he grabs hold of the shirt. Down goes Belletti. We enter stoppage time. Give another look at that. Oh, what a great clearance by Ballesteros.
3rd substitution of the match about to occur for Villarreal. I knew it started in B. 5 minutes extra time. I was looking for number 5 on Villarreal, but there isn't. That's the stoppage time decision.
And where did that come from?
Not sure. Maybe for all the time Villarreal takes to make substitutions. Guaire coming back from injury will keep company Antonio de Nigris. Here we go. A long way to go for the result for Villarreal. Offside on de Nigris.
It's important that Villarreal keep the concentration going for just 4 more minutes, not throw 3 points away.
Angúlo. The effort's there, and that's a good sign.
However, this is going to be a monstrous loss to their Champions League aspirations, Lance.
Nigris. Belletti. Looks like his tank's still full. Amazing with the amount of running he has done. I'll tell you, fitness can be as big a weapon as speed, or strength, or size. Especially when you start getting to the 92nd minute of the match.
Ah, yeah. How many times have you seen games won in the last 5 minutes or in injury time?
Reina, no problema. Here's this last touch. Apparently the Nigris. Palermo should take a couple notes about what the Nigris is doing. He's not getting touches up front. He's dropping back to help the defense, making sure he remains active. He's not really dead weight out there in this kind of situation. He knows the best in that. Forwards, when you're protecting the lead, they come back and help the defense. I was always impressed with, although he hasn't been doing that much lately, is Phil Heskey. Yeah,
he's tireless worker for the cause. Although I think he's in Villier's doghouse at the moment. Can't really get a game.
Reina!
Oh, and Reina making it interesting as he goes up for that one and then seems to drop it at the feet of Aimar and snags it on the second attempt. What is it? A squirrel getting some nuts?
Get the 8th corner, the last one. Ball in for Farinós. Into the 4th minute of stoppage time. Villarreal almost there. Halftime in Sevilla. Barcelona and the home team knotted at 0.
Okay, chances running out for Valencia. Got to get the ball in the box.
90 seconds left. Bobby Aurelio puts it in. Reina caught flat-footed. It was a good header from Sánchez.
And that was a lovely ball whipped in with pace by Aurelio. And Sánchez, he got the header he wanted. It was the flick to the far post. Reina was coming near post, had to scramble, and had it been on target, it would have been tied up.
Reina had the concrete shoes on. And as good as he looked early on, he really doesn't look so secure right now.
It's amazing. In the last 15-20 minutes, he's been really shaky.
Less than a minute. This will be the biggest win of the season for Villarreal. Not only because it's against their direct rival, as Reina gets a yellow card, but it will be the result that will probably keep them safe. And heck, alive for a UEFA Cup spot, yes! 8 yellow cards in the match now.
Well, surprising we haven't had a red yet, but I'm glad our referees decided not to flash the colour rouge. And I think this free kick, this goal kick is just about do it.
Long ball for De Nigris, hands in the air. Villarreal have stunned Valencia at the Mestalla. A 2-0 halftime lead holds up. They only win by the 1. They deserve